I was disappointed, of course. I was a supporter in the stands when I saw Ian Rush score the goal against Germany and we beat them 1-0. I was lucky enough to play for my country, captain my country, and then to manage my country is the icing on the cake. So I'm a very passionate, proud Welshman. So of course it's going to hurt when the job's taken away from you. But that's football. I've been in the industry long enough as a player and coach and manager to know how it works. And yeah, that's football for you.
You've had a couple of weeks. I'm sure it's probably not been the easiest couple of weeks, but to look back, you are one of the most successful Welsh manager. No other Welsh manager has taken the men's national side to 2 major tournaments, Euros and a World Cup. When you look back on the journey that you had, what are your reflections?
Yeah, some incredible memories that I'll take with me. 7 years ago, I first got the job with the under-21s, and I was grateful for that opportunity working with some great lads. Lads that I've been fortunate enough now to see develop through to the first team. And I think that's why we had such a close group. That's why we had such a good environment with the staff we brought in as well, is because I'd known the players for a few years. The bulk of the team is what I'd worked with the under-21s. So great memories of the 21s. Really satisfying watching those 21s then develop through and progress through to the first team. And then, like I said, just proud to be the manager. And the standout game for me will obviously be the Ukraine game when the referee blows a final whistle and we know we've qualified for a World Cup, having worked with some unbelievable players like Gareth Bale and Rambo and Joe Allen, Chris Gunter, Johnny Williams, those senior players that were part of that. I was really proud, more for them as well, so that we could, take them to a World Cup. Incredible memories.
In terms of that, what's it like being manager of an international side that's at a tournament? Because obviously we're coming to the conclusion now of the Euros. England, Gareth Southgate, who I know you know professionally.
Yeah.
What's it like taking your side to a major tournament? Do you? Is it pure anxiety?
Yeah.
Is there any joy in it?
A little bit. Not so much. There's more. I'd say there's more stress. I've listened to Gareth's comments recently before the game and against Holland, and I completely understand what he's saying. If you don't manage the environment well, it can penetrate, and the expectations and the pressure can get to you. And that's, there's pressure with all teams. There was pressure on us to get there. There was pressure on us while we were out there. We wanted to give a good account of ourselves. But they are intense. Those camps are intense. I've said to you earlier that you can be in meeting rooms from 8 in the morning, deliver before training. You go and train it, you have lunch, you're back in the meeting room watching training back. If there's anything you need to show the lads and deliver back to them, you do it in the evening, or if not, you're showing them clips ready for the next day's session. So they're intense. You demand a lot from your staff, and that's where you need good people around you as well. So on camp, it's really in those 10 days that you're on there for. And tournament football, again, is another 5 levels. That's why you've got to get the balance right. That's why the environment is so important, that when you have your downtime, and you completely switch off from football. So again, I can really understand what Gareth's talking about, and I think he's done really, really well.
Just taking you back to World Cup in Qatar, the first time you got a Welsh side there for 64 years. The day, unfortunately, you had to leave, we caught each other's eye. You were on the way to the bus to the airport. You looked like you hadn't slept, but you looked like you were raging. You weren't happy. Can you just sort of, obviously there are some private things you don't want to say, but I think you've told me as well is that you just felt at that World Cup, some things didn't quite go to plan, few things were left out there. What are your reflections on that World Cup campaign?
My reflections, look, an unbelievable achievement for us to get there, and we done it with a group of players that were aging at the time. Balo's 3 goals got us there, but without the rest of the team, he wouldn't have had that opportunity to score and play in the World Cup as well. So it was a massive team effort. When you're out there, you need everybody firing on all cylinders, and we didn't quite get. I was never not going to take a Joe Allen then, Geraint, because he'd earned the right to play in the World Cup for everything he'd given to Wales.